on, go on and on. To the brick of wood, get the paper, man, I'm kicking. You know I don't give a. I spin it like it don't mean nothing. Blow it like it's supposed to be blown. Motherfucker, I'm grown. I stunt, I stare, I flash. I just what I want, so what I trick. Fat ass, Birkin bags, classy. Jimmy Choo shoes, I say move up, smooth.
So crack a bottle, let your body waddle. Don't act like a snobby model, you just hit the lotto. Just hopping in my Tahoe. Got one riding shotgun and no, not one of them got clothes. Now where's the rubbers? Who got the rubbers? I noticed there's so many of them in this Philly. Now there many of us, and ladies love us. My posse's kicking up dust. It's on to the break of dawn, and we're starting this party from dusk.
Hey there.
Hi.
Hi. How was your nice long weekend? Nice?
Great.
Good? Great?
Very good.
Oh.
Extra long.
Yeah, extra long?
I don't know.
Felt long to you?
Everything with Terry's extra long.
Oh, jeez.
No, it did not feel long to me, if you're asking me.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all, actually.
A little soggy bumper shoot situation going on out there, but
Not on
from
Saturday. It was great.
from the look of the pictures I saw, people had a good time. They didn't care.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday was nice.
Saturday was awesome. Beautiful. Went and saw Katy Perry and all.
Oh, you went to bumper shoot?
Yeah.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then you would know better than I.
Yeah. It was. We were lucky because we woke up on Saturday morning. Was like, I don't know, ladies. I don't know if we're gonna go. But then it cleared out, and Saturday was gorgeous.
And you saw Katy Perry?
Yeah, and all.
Waking up in Las Vegas. Waking up in Vegas. And
yeah, it was good. Had a great time.
And you kissed a girl and you liked it?
I did.
Oh, that's nice.
That was so wonderful. You
I
guys
don't know,
are right.
ladies.
Finally.
Oh, wait, I did like it. Okay.
How was she?
She was good.
Really?
Yeah, she was good.
Crowd was into it?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Were there any males there?
Yeah, there were.
Oh, God.
A lot of guys go, yo, rock!
Jesus Christ. I had a buddy that went to Katy Perry at the showbox. He had like a new girlfriend. He wanted to impress her.
So he went?
Jeez.
And he felt a little outnumbered?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he felt outnumbered. I wanted to hang him.
All right.
Good.
All right, who else did you see?
All American Rejects. They were back to back, and it was good. They were very
back
good
to
too.
back, back to back. Did Modest Mouse close it out or what?
Yes.
And they did good?
I did not go.
Wow.
So I saw some pictures of the Black Eyed Peas online performing, and, you know, they look like they were into it.
Yeah.
Can't only tell so much from stills, but...
Yeah.
Sure, they were into it.
I'm sure they were.
Well,
you never-
sucks. We're out of here. Boring.
Gots to you.
You know, if it's pouring down rain or something, you could see them, like, just like expression on their faces from the still pictures. I was trying to read into whether they were into it or not, you know.
Well, I think the only really, really bad day was Sunday. Because I think by the time...
Yesterday was bad in spots.
Yeah, in spots. But by the time I'm sure they took the stage, I think it was pretty clear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sunday was pretty bad.
Yeah, Sunday was like...
Yeah, 350 grand a performance will get you motivated.
Yeah,
too,
I think so.
Yes.
I know.
That's what they get,
I
pretty
don't know.
much?
I think it's probably around there.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
If Eminem's, $1 million.
Yeah, no kidding.
They probably paid Black Eyed Peas, I would say, somewhere between $200,000 and $250,000. About $250,000, I'd say.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm going 350.
All right. You always have to...
I know.
I'm the one that said it first.
I know.
Now I'm the one arguing.
No. You're right. You're right. You did say it first. But I'm saying...
I always have to...
I'm just telling you you're a little bit high without having to come out and say it. Now I have to come out and say it.
Story of my life.
Because I know, I'm just basing... I'm not saying I have some great wealth of knowledge. I just know what the artists ask for, the big-time artists to come to Summer Jam.
Yeah.
And it's less than $250,000. Like, we could have had the biggest acts. Every year, we could always have the biggest acts from anywhere from $1 to $150,000.
What's Wayne?
Lil Wayne was $100,000.
100,000?
Came for
Really?
100,
That's
yes.
it?
Came for 100.
That's it?
Yep. Talk to Flowers. He'll tell you.
100,000.
Yes.
Yeah, but he had to have it all in cash in a little attaché
That's
case,
right.
right?
Is that
Yeah,
right?
well, they all wanted to cash if they can get it, yeah.
Yeah.
Wayne's 100,000?
Wayne came for 100, yes.
Wow.
So that's why I'm thinking you're a little high.
I think, well, yeah, that's the story of my life, like I said. I think Wayne needs a new agent. I'm happy to be
If you're offering, yes. Maybe he needs to sit down with you.
No, this is Lil Wayne.
You know,
You heard
two,
of him.
He did 2 shows that day.
Yeah.
The day he did Summer Jam. He did one in Costa Rica that morning, and then flew to, or that afternoon, and then flew to, Auburn that night.
Yeah.
Via,
Louisiana, right?
That doesn't
Did he stop
include
over?
the transportation.
Yeah.
Obviously, you realize he's not paying his own way.
Of course.
But the actual fee for performance was $100,000 for Lil Wayne.
Steal.
Yes.
Black Eyed Peas.
But every year the top acts ask for in that range, anywhere from 100 to 125, maybe 150 tops. That's why I'm thinking the Black Eyed Peas in this venue is bigger. More people. They get more than 17,000 people at Bumper Shoot, right?
I'm sure they do,
yeah.
All right.
That's like in one day.
That's
probably.
why I'm jacking it up to about 250.
Wow.
But it ain't much higher than that. If it is higher.
What did we pay Snoop when he came? No way he did it for 100.
No.
Snoop probably did it for about 100.
What?
Yes. I don't think we've ever paid an act at Summer Jam more than 100,000.
Wow. What a steal.
Mm-hmm.
He needs a new agent, too.
That's why.
I'm starting a new company, Snoop and Wayne.
Okay, you got 2 good acts already signed up.
Right.
Man, your agency's off to a running start.
Better than Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
All he had was that squinty-eyed bitch.
Wow. You talking about Cuba Gooding that way?
No, Renee
really?
Zellweger.
Okay, yeah. That's what I thought you meant. But that wasn't his client. That was just his coworker.
His coworker. Well, that's all they had.
You need to
They didn't
rewatch the
have
movie.
any clients.
Well, they had Cuba Gooding Jr. He was always with him.
He wasn't sure if he had him.
No, he was there from the beginning.
Okay, so he had one client.
That's right, one client.
Okay, so
And
Cuba Gooding and
he was a
Renee
middle-of-the-road client, but then at the end of the movie, he becomes a superstar.
Right.
So. And so does Jerry Maguire. But let's talk about that for 4 hours.
Very good movie.
All right, listen. It's a Star of a New Week, short week. Put away your white clothes and get ready for fall, 2009er.
Yeah.
Get ready for the fall.
Woohoo!
I'm not talking about the season. Anyway.
Football season.
Oh, my gosh.
Officially
Thursday,
here.
right?
NFL
Is
Thursday?
NFL, yeah.
And if you check your
Great
5-day
game yesterday.
extended forecast, Sunday for opening Seahawks football Sunday looks about as perfect as it could be. 78 and sunny.
Minus them tearing down tailgate heaven.
And that's what
They tore down Tailgate Heaven?
Yes.
They'll find another place to congregate. Don't worry.
Are you? Oh.
Where?
I don't know. That's a good
I'd love
question.
to know. Somebody let me know.
Someplace.
Wow.
How about a park and ride in Renton?
Well, that defeats the purpose of tailgating and walking to the game.
I was just joking.
All right.
But anyway,
He is.
Tailgate Heaven was already pretty far away to begin with.
You walk.
All right, well.
Far. It was by Pyramid Brewery. It's right.
Right, which is, I think, kind of far from usually a tailgate parties in the parking lot of the stadium. They didn't allow that.
Yeah.
So they found a place outside of the stadium. Now I'm saying if they were willing to find a place outside of the stadium, they can find a place a few blocks away.
I hope.
But, it is a lot to start to ask about a compromise, but...
It's very discouraging.
Oh, come on. You'll be fine.
I hope. That was the best part.
When you think of football, you think of 78 and sunny, don't you? Well, that's what you're going to get.
Think of tailgating somewhere.
All right, that's all I can think about
Where
right
is
now.
that going to happen?
As I said, I'm sure they'll find a spot. It's not like everyone's going to be like, I guess we can't tailgate anymore. They'll find a spot. So they'll let you in on first. Don't worry. When they find a spot, you'll be one of the first to know everything.
Really?
Yes.
One of the
Please
first.
let Hot Shot know.
They
Just-
count on you.
I
It's going to be
mean,
me.
Tweeter him, please.
Tweeter him.
Tweet
There you
him,
go.
whatever.
Tweet him.
Tweet him.
Tweeter him.
Tweeter him. Twitter him.
Tari's getting it down. Don't worry.
Oh, it's so important to be correct on Twitter.
Geez.
Come on, twit, whatever it is.
all right. No,
Just let him know.
it's Tweeter.
Okay.
It's the only one they don't use. They use tweet. They use Twitter.
Tweeter. Leave it to Terry to come up with
him.
one they don't use.
Hey, why not? I'm original.
We'll come back. We'll get things started
you
right
called
after
it.
these
Yeah.
words.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho. I got 99 problems, but a ain't one. Hit me. Anti-auto-tune.
Jay-Z is finally back. I gotta be for sure that you're into me. Like another real woman.
Yeah, it's scary, baby. Ain't no reason, baby. Shangri-La, baby.
There's the all-out Twitter war between Demi Moore and blogger Perez Hilton, which began after Perez posted this scantily clad pic of Demi's 15-year-old daughter, Tallulah.
Tallulah.
Protective Mama Bear Demi tweeted in response.
Luke Pinnell would have a field day with Tallulah, wouldn't he?
Tell you, Tallulah.
Tallulah.
Tallulah, get in there and clean your room, okay? Stop smoking all the cigarettes out of me. You're still out of my dresser.
I told you about this on Friday. I feel like I was at a live sporting event. I saw this unfold live and in color on Twitter.
You
Blah, blah.
are looking live at Twitter.
I feel like I was at a live heavyweight fight when I was watching. Yeah, I'm talking heavyweights between Perez Hilton and Demi Moore when I was watching this on Thursday afternoon.
So, I mean, like, would it just, like, update automatically every few minutes, or?
I'd have to refresh.
Well, I don't know if you have, sometimes they have the application where it can, you can set it to
You can just hit the little refresh button.
Okay, whatever.
I'm sure you probably can hook it up. So I just remember hitting refresh a bunch of times and being like, A right hand by Perez, and down goes to me.
I thought it was just you that was into it, but apparently the whole country was.
Yeah.
Really?
I thought it was just me that was into it, too. But it was like watching, I'm telling you, a heavyweight fight. Then all of a sudden, out of the dressing room with a chair, here comes Kirstie Alley.
Oh, what's she doing here?
Yeah, what did she say?
She got in the mix about, 3/4 of the way into the battle between Demi and Perez Hilton out of nowhere.
And halfway down to the ring, she had to sit in the chair and rest.
And then Perez.
I know, because she's so heavy.
Then
That was
Perez.
the point, Terry. Yes, thanks for explaining the punchline.
Perez had to turn into a handicap match. He had to go after Kirstie Alley. Seemed to have no difficulty, a la Andre the Giant.
Is that right? You just took them all.
No problem.
Cleaning house, as they say.
No difficulty whatsoever.
Wow.
It was a Pier 6 brawl, as one great wrestling announcer used to describe it as. Who was that wrestling announcer?
Tell me the line again.
It's a Pier 6 brawl.
I'm going Gorilla Monsoon.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you very much.
You have just won a fine, handsome prize.
Is that right?
For a fine, handsome guy.
Wow.
Speaking of fine, handsome prizes, we have Jamie Foxx tickets to give away at 8 o'clock this morning.
Woohoo!
At 8 o'clock today,
Fine, handsome, yeah.
Jamie W. Foxx live at the Key Arena 1 month from basically today.
Yeah, October
Actually,
8th.
Exactly 1 month from today. Yes, today's the 8th, right? Mhm.
Yes.
1 month from this very day, he will jump up on stage. Hopefully not sing too much. And he will perform. And you're making a weird face when I said hopefully he won't sing too much. You disagree? Like, if you were at the show, you want him to sing?
Absolutely.
Do all stand up and don't sing if I'm
No,
there.
he actually sings pretty well.
I'm aware of how he can sing. And you describe it as very well, and I can understand how you say that, and I can feel how people are into him musically. If I'm there for my entertainment dollar, do all stand up and no
He
singing.
does a nice little mixture.
Any mixture is too much singing for me.
Okay.
Do stand up, don't sing. That's just my request. I'm not saying I speak for the world. I'm just telling you
no,
what I would like if I'm there. Chance of me being there probably slim anyway. So,
Yeah, I know.
but you never know. I mean, it's a good concert to go to. And the fact that he is versatile is an interesting little twist on
Yeah, it is
on
nice.
what you see at a Key Arena show. You don't see many people get up there and be able to entertain you equally with their musical abilities as their comedic abilities. So that's definitely something unique.
Oh, then you haven't seen Dan Cook.
When he sings, let me tell you, if Dan
boy.
Cook gets on stage, I want all singing and no comedy.
That's right, please.
I get the most comedic value out of his singing, definitely over his stand-up.
Right.
But I'm not saying I represent the whole here by any means. I just want him to do stand-up. I think he's very funny.
Yeah.
And I don't really love his music as much as a lot of people. All right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So he can, oh man, what's the name of the song I'm trying to think of right now?
With alcohol?
Blame it on the
He can
alcohol?
blame it on the alcohol all he wants. Keep it to yourself. Just give me stand-up. But that's not what the people are going for. I'm not. As a matter of fact, I recognize that you're probably speaking for the people here who want 50-50 music and comedy. All right?
Yep.
And that's what you'll probably get.
Yep.
And it's a big concert. A lot of people looking forward to it. It's on October 8th. And not only will you win tickets at 8 o'clock, but if you win, you have a chance to be backstage with Jamie Foxx. And he's one of those guys who didn't necessarily, start the whole concert tour thing so early that he's gotten really uppity at his concert. So he's very friendly backstage, you know what I mean? He's a friendly, kind of the way he rose to stardom. He did it in a way that you can understand that he's going to be really warm and cordial and everything backstage. And I'll take the hottest girl that goes backstage and probably take her backstage.
Wow. So, Terry, get the makeup ready. You're going.
Wow.
Of all the examples I gave you, that's why Terry really is
Right.
more enticing anyway.
Dying to go.
Of all the examples I've given you of people who don't use and run with the single life properly, here's the opposite. Jamie Foxx has certainly made the most of being a single guy. I know some stories I have heard and have some people I know personally in the female world that claim they have been twisted up by Jamie Foxx in such a way that would make me...
it.
Yeah, I believe it too. I'm not doubting them. That make me feel that he is certainly taking advantage of stardom intertwined with the single life to the max.
Even though he's done a million things, I can't get over him in Living Color, dressed up like a woman. The nosy neighbor or whatever her name was. I still look at him like that character. I don't know why. Even though he's done a million things since then.
Right, where the guy like is getting a massage and he can't see her and he thinks she's so hot, and all of a sudden he turns around and he's like,
I'm thinking of the nosy neighbor.
He didn't play the nosy neighbor though.
That wasn't him.
No, that wasn't him.
Well, the one where he dressed
Miss
like
Bonita?
a woman.
That was.
And he's dressed like a woman and his butt's sticking way out. Whoever that character was.
There was a character he played where every time he was in a scene,
It's a pretty funny show.
he would turn dudes on, but then when they got a look at her, she was so grotesque that they would get offended. And
Right. That's what I picture him as. I don't know
that
why.
was his best character on In Living Color. But Miss Bonita, who was the gossip lady, that was a real lady.
It was?
That was a
Yeah,
female.
that's
That was an actress.
Oh, okay. I thought it was him.
That was
Uh,
Kim Wayans.
I don't know if that's who I was thinking.
Yeah, that was Kim
Wayans.
The one where he dressed up like the woman was the funniest character.
And, yeah, I know exactly what
Right,
you're talking about.
and he would look hideous, but he would think he was so hot.
Right.
He was like, I'll rock your world.
Something tells me he's not doing In Living Color crap at his show. So people, if you're going to see that, ain't happening.
That was the way he always ended that sketch with, I'll rock your world.
Right.
Yes, it was a very funny character. I liked it very much. I can't think of the name of the
Character.
of the character,
Yeah,
but
either.
it didn't really matter.
Why is that show now? I guess everyone gets too big and they always leave shows, but
Yeah.
Well, the fact that they had Jim Carrey on that show and Jamie Foxx. I mean, you think about the heavyweights now looking back on how strong In Living Color was. As good as it was at its time, I mean, it was probably underappreciated considering some of the stalwarts.
wasn't J-Lo one of the dancers?
Yeah, she was a fly girl, and so was who's the one on Dancing with the
Might
Stars?
take a while.
The judge, Carrie Inaba. She was a fly girl as well.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, from Damon Wayans to David Allen Greer to Jamie Foxx to Jim Carrey playing Fire Marshal Bill.
How about
Yeah.
how about the weightlifter on the woman weightlifter on
Oh, that's
steroids
right.
with a little bikini on? Holy crap!
It was a pretty solid show.
Oh my God, that was hilarious.
Donnie, what do you got for me?
What's up, man? Hey, Jamie Foxx played the character, the Shanae.
Shanae, but I don't think I don't think that's the one we're talking about. The one we're talking about, I think it's like Wanda or
It was Wanda. My bad.
Wanda. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
There
thinking.
you go.
It's not Shanae. I don't know. Shanae may have been
That was
another
Wasn't that
character.
Martin Lawrence? Martin
But
Lawrence.
it was Wanda who at the end always said, "I'll rock your world," right?
Yeah. Yes.
It was a recurring sketch.
Yes.
It they did it a handful of times. Every time it was hysterically funny. The audience was going wild.
Yep.
And that's what really launched Jamie Foxx, that character.
Right.
And he didn't really have the biggest role on In Living Color. He was kind of more of a in the shadows kind of player on that cast. Mm-hmm. It was more David Allen Greer and Damon Wayans, and he was in a sketch every once in a while, but they didn't overuse him because they probably didn't realize how strong a talent he was. And maybe at the time he wasn't as solid as the others.
That doesn't always translate to sketch comedy, though. I mean, look, Chris Rock wasn't really funny on Saturday Night Live. A lot of funny people, Adam Sandler was pretty good, but, he wasn't the megastar that he is in movies on Saturday Night Live, so it doesn't always translate.
Yes. Well, Jamie Foxx is going to be at the Key Arena, and he's done the Key Arena a couple of times now, I think. It's definitely his second time, maybe his third time at the Key Arena.
This is his third time.
And he sells out, and it's a big night. So it's going to be tough to get tickets, but we have a pair at 8 o'clock, and we'll have them all week. And you can qualify to meet Jamie Foxx backstage. And as I was kind of alluding to, sometimes when you go backstage to meet an artist, they give you half a handshake, and then they're out of there before you even know what hit you.
They're putting Perel on their hands halfway down the hall.
My guess is that Jamie Foxx, well, if Jamie Foxx is smart, he'll do that too with swine flu going around. Especially swine flu in this state. Swine flu, for some reason, of course, we're the closest to Mexico. Swine flu in this state seems to be stronger than any other place in the country.
Wazoo's getting crushed.
They are.
Yeah, we were talking about how Wazoo came down with 10 cases in the first week of school.
And now they're up to
and
like
now they're like up to
100.
2,000.
Or so.
It said-
Oh, are they
It said
2,000?
2,000 yesterday in the
I
paper.
2,000 as well.
Wow.
It went from 10 in the first week to 2,000 in the second week. There are about 2,000 reported cases on the Wazoo campus of swine flu.
Imagine if you're like a good-looking freshman guy there, you're going to pull all these chicks, and now you got this to worry about.
Man,
That sucks.
this puts your college fantasies on hold, doesn't it?
Awful.
Wow.
Do you think kids care, or are they just kind of like, whatever?
Do they care about
Catching swine flu? Like, are they stop? Like, will they not?
Will they abstain? Is your question?
That's what my question is.
Well,
Oh, it took him.
You know how, AIDS was scary or herpes or whatever.
And when AIDS first came out, people did abstain. And then eventually they were like, oh, whatever.
Okay, so that's what I'm wondering.
People were running the streets afraid of AIDS when,
Don't look at me, I'll get AIDS.
In AIDS' heyday. I mean,
what's AIDS' heyday?
AIDS' heyday is the late 80s. It first surfaced in the early 80s, but its heyday of fear was the late 80s. And then it kind of peaked with Magic Johnson in 91. And then it just kind of drifted into whatever it is now.
Yeah.
And this is the swine flu's initial voyage still. Its heyday is still probably yet to come within the next year. And then people will chill out. But to answer your question, I think people are abstaining right now because of... And that's troubling. I mean, you go to college, especially a college like Wazoo, to hook up and...
That's the only reason you go.
And drink and get laid and drink some more and get laid some more.
You think Gino Simone went there for the football program?
And then 2,000 people are contracting swine flu in the first week of school.
Gosh, unbelievable.
You're like, yeah, thanks. What luck I have. Everyone is just having the big sex fest in the world in Wazoo for the past 50 years, and I come, and it's swine flu city.
Imagine Wazoo in 79, pre-AIDS, no swine flu.
Wow.
Terry Free on canvas.
Wow.
Tearing it up.
Everyone gets a turn.
Terry, you just want to hatchet us right now, don't you?
No.
Right in the skull.
I love you guys.
Oh, jeez.
It's almost worse.
You know what horror movie I saw this weekend?
Oh, what?
Last House on the... What was it called?
Yeah, Last House on the Left.
Man, pretty.
The remake?
Wes Craven.
Yeah,
I don't know. Was it a remake? I don't know what it was, but anyway.
You saw the new one or the remake?
I got to take a break before we fall too far behind. The one that just came out.
Okay, the remake.
Yeah.
Not bad, huh?
Yes.
Not as violent as the first one, but pretty good.
Wow.
So keep that in mind. Jamie Foxx tickets in about an hour, yes.
Cube 93's ATM is back.
Hold on, Mom. I gotta grab some money.
Lobby's cracking tonight.
What?
Are you over 18?
Am I what?
It doesn't matter to me anyway.
Is this some to catch a predator kind of thing?
Your bank account has 0 funds.
Damn it!
Don't get hassled by your ATM.
Got money and we know it. Take it out of our ATM and show it.
Get a chance at $50,000.
This way.
Cube93.com.
That way.
Taco Bell presents another taco novella. On this
world, when Oregon running back LeGarrette Blount hit Boise State's Byron Howard in the jaw last week. Blount was suspended for the season by the school, but Howard was not suspended any games, even though he instigated the incident by taunting Blount and slapping him on the shoulder pad.
See, this is the kind of story that makes me want to be on sports radio again. And why are you raising your hand already?
Well, because I thought I had heard that Hout who instigated it was going to get some kind of punishment.
Well, he didn't get suspended. Maybe he got some kind of punishment of the real light slap on the wrist nature, but he didn't get suspended for even one game. Wow, the dude who punched out the defensive end for Boise State
He knocked him down, didn't he?
Got suspended for the entire year, which to me is way over the top. All right? The Oregon Ducks, their program are a bunch of pussies like I've never seen before for suspending this player, feeling the pressure nationwide to suspend this player for the entire year. You go taunt a guy after the game's over on this kind of level of a game in college football. You go looking for an opposing player to taunt him when he's trying to just walk off the field. You should be expecting to get punched.
But
I would have done the same thing. If some opposing player comes and taunts me after I just lost a big game, he taps me on the shoulder pads to say some kind of whatever negative barrage of words that he threw at his face, you expect to get punched.
But you know what? The thing is that, yes, I understand he was projected to go high in the NFL draft.
It has nothing to do with anything, but yes.
But the thing is that it kind of does. Because if you don't if you don't punish him now and let him know that this kind of behavior is not tolerated, it could, pro scouts are looking at him going, is he going to be able to handle himself when he gets to the big leagues, or is he going to be, or are we going to have to deal with him, on that level?
Yes, like he's the next Sean Merriman, he's going to start chugging tequila.
Yeah, or,
that's a whole other story we're going to get to, right?
Plaxico Burress, who's, shooting
who shot himself in the foot,
or,
by the way.
Pac-Man Jones. Or, you could go on and on and on with NFL players who are out of control.
This guy was not out of control, in my opinion.
Kidding.
This guy was just trying to walk off the field. He was minding his own business. The game was over, and the opposing player seeks him out. He comes looking for him, made a beeline to the specific player that he wanted to rub in his face that they had lost. He tapped him on the shoulder pads and then said who knows what, and he doesn't expect to be punched out. The fact that he got, first of all, he looked like Hotshot Scott to me.
Did he?
With his headband on.
I had 3 people text me, call me, and say you got knocked out on TV.
Yeah, I heard that it wasn't just a punch. I mean, he knocked him out.
Yes, and the fact that you're the bigger guy, you're the defensive end, he's the running back, and he knocks you cold. I mean, the guy was out cold for a second. He got right back up. But the fact that he got knocked down by a running back is embarrassing to begin with. You get punched, you gotta keep your feet.
All right, he got knocked down. What a wussy.
What a freaking
But the
wuss.
thing is, still.
After taunting him.
By the way, whatever happened to sticks and stones, though? I mean, there's a lot of crap talking that goes on.
Absolutely. I was going
to
say. Yeah, you didn't have to. I mean, in 5 years of playing, 4 or 5 years of playing college football, you've never had somebody taunt you or talk trash?
It's one thing.
Really?
It's one thing during the game to stay. All kinds of trash talk happens inside of the game. But the game was over. The guy's trying to walk off the field. He was walking his way towards the dressing room, ready to just call it a day.
Yeah.
Was obviously disappointed about the defeat, but wasn't going seeking out the winning team to go get revenge. He was walking off the field.
Looking forward to Viking it in a Hummer.
This guy.
This guy right here, people.
This guy who looks like Hotshot comes running over to him to start taunting him. I'm assuming a lot of people have seen this video. But if you haven't, it's so available just about everywhere on ESPN and on YouTube and anywhere that you would go look for your videos. It's the most easily accessible video in the world. And I'm assuming most people have seen it. But it was after the opening game of the college football season. It happened on Thursday night. We missed the story on Friday because we had so much to do. But now they, since Friday, have suspended this player who punched out the Boise State defensive end for the year.
Yeah.
And the defensive end got nothing when he was the one who instigated it. To me, it was 50-50. I'm not saying the guy shouldn't have been suspended. I'm not saying he should have thrown a punch.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's what is to be expected. If you go seeking out an opposing player after the game is over and you go taunting him, you better expect to be punched. I would have done the same thing. If I'm walking off the field, if I'm walking off the field and I'm trying to mind my own business to go to my dressing room and I'm disappointed about the loss, and then some guy comes looking for me, taunting me about the loss, oh, you don't just sit there and take it. The game's over.
I understand that. However, do you really think that this running back has never talked trash to anybody? Really?
He's saying inside of the game is
inside of the game,
all bets are off.
Trash talking is part of the game, and you don't go punching anyone. You punch someone during the game, that is overstepping what is acceptable, because trash talking is unfortunately or fortunately, doesn't bother me, but it is an element of the game, and everyone knows that you are going to be on either side of trash talking during a game. But after the game is over, you don't go rubbing it in the face of an opposing player the way this guy made a beeline to this specific. He was looking for this specific guy because they were probably trash talking during the game.
Okay.
What you got to know, the unwritten rule is after the game is over, you accept a victory like you accept defeat. You accept a victory with grace in some sense.
You got to win. What more do you want,
And you lose with some semblance of dignity, even though it bugs the hell out of you. And you don't go seeking out a losing player to rub it in his face after the game is over and when he's trying to walk off the field. Now, the losing player should not have punched him in the face, although I would have done the same thing, but he absolutely did not deserve to be suspended for the year. My gosh. The Oregon football program is a bunch of pussies for doing that. Absolute scared, crapless pussies for feeling the pressure that they had put on them because the world was watching and they had to show that they were going to do the right thing. Oh, we don't accept that. We're not going to tolerate that kind of behavior, so we're going to suspend him for the year. Way over the top. What do you expect this guy to do? He's an athlete.
First of all,
he's a warrior.
You're right. He's an athlete, but also you have to be smart enough as an athlete knowing that it's your senior year. You've got a lot of stuff riding on it. I mean, I understand. Okay, I get
happened in
it.
a snap second. It's about the emotion. He was probably shocked that this guy came and taunted him after the game. What do you expect him to do? I would have done the same thing.
Especially when you play a game where you're beating up each other and it's aggression and you can't have.
And then you think it's over. You have to accept your wounds.
Your loss,
You have to accept your loss. You're walking off the field.
I understand.
They're celebrating. Good. You have to watch them celebrate. That hurts inside. You deal with it. You walk off the field, and then this guy, you feel a tap on the shoulder pads, and this guy has something to say. Are you kidding me? And this guy gets nothing? 50-50, 2 games each. Or you want to give the guy who did the punching 2 games, and you want to give the guy who did the taunting 1 game? I can handle that. I can handle that. You want to, even though this guy who got knocked out is an idiot for going to look for the other player to rub salt in his wounds after a loss, even though I say he's an idiot, if you want to give him 1 game and give Blunt 2 games, the running back for Oregon, you want to give him a 2-game suspension, that's perfect. I can handle that.
How about 4 games? Would you do 4 games?
I would do 4.
I think 4 games is too much. I think 1 and 2 games
12?
would have been the right way to go. 12 games?
Jesus.
He lost his entire senior year when this guy was going to be projected as a second-round pick in the NFL going into the season?
Can he redshirt?
He cannot redshirt. Not on a suspension.
Wow.
He's done.
Party's over.
He will be drafted, though. Some team is going to try to, see his talent and say, hey, we're the forgiving type, and he's going to be on a short leash, so to speak, and if he offends again, but we're willing to forgive and forget, and he's going to be drafted in like the 4th or 5th round.
But you expect these guys to beat the hell out of each other for 3 hours and then just turn it off after it's over? These are the wrong guys to mess with, football players, after they just played a game. They're all fired up and ready to roll.
Especially when you fan the flames like that.
Right.
He's winding down. He's been charged up the whole game.
Lost.
Yeah.
It hurts to lose when you're a competitive player. And then you get a tap on the shoulders and you see the opposing player coming to taunt you? What do you expect?
Especially a white boy from Idaho.
My
You're not
gosh!
taunting me, little hick. You and your headband.
And then he gets knocked out. Like a wuss, the guy who did the taunting.
Yeah,
Funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. And now he's probably some hero in Boise or something?
Is he?
I don't know. Better not be. Better be laughing at him. Got knocked out cold for half a second. Big guy gets knocked down like a sack of frickin' potatoes.
You don't
Suspending the guy for a year.
You don't time. I mean, even in my stupid little league I played in, we'd swear and kill each other. Then after the game, they'd all pray together. It was like, really?
I don't think you should pray together after a game. I don't think you should pray together, and I don't think you should taunt anyone after a game is over. I think you should celebrate with your teammates, and I think you should commiserate with your teammates if you lose. And then fire yourself up for the next game.
I mean, there's that unwritten thing. It's like it doesn't matter. Everyone's healthy now. We're good. We have our lives. Let's move on.
It bugs me when I see them holding hands in the middle of the football field, praying together after they bashed each other to death during the whole game. I think that's unnecessary. Pray in your own locker room with your own team. But after a game, don't
God
celebrate.
is bigger than football, T-Man. God's bigger than football. Okay?
I'm not saying that...
I know.
That football compares to religion on any front, but...
Oh, it does. That's why it's on Sundays.
It's a separate kind of situation, all right? And I'm saying celebrate with your team. Stick with your own team after the game's over.
Mm-hmm. Or how about
whatever kind of... If you're in celebratory mode or if you're in frustration mode, stick with your frustration teammates or stick with your celebratory teammate moments. And don't go looking for the other player to taunt them.
Yeah. Or maybe
me?
leave God alone during athletics. He doesn't care about sports, people. Stop praying to him.
I feel so bad for this guy who punched the dude out.
Right.
Like you don't know. And anyone who's played any competitive sports and has that competitive fire in them knows how this guy feels when he's being taunted after the game. And knows he would have done the exact same thing if you're a real competitive person. You don't expect the guy to come taunting you after a game. When you're walking off the field, accepting defeat? You didn't go looking for him after the game.
I know that.
I wish more people would get punched in the face when they say things that they can't back up.
I wish more people would get this.
But the thing is, the punishment, you guys may think it's extreme, but again, it's a message
It is so extreme. It's ridiculous.
I think Hout should be definitely punished, but...
It would have been such a different story if Blunt would have gone looking for the opposing player, the winning player, after the game. If he had gone seeking him out, it's a whole different mindset. It's a completely different story.
That's a crazy ass.
That is inexcusable, to be so unaccepting of defeat that you go looking to get revenge after a game like that. But that is not what happened here. It's the opposite. He was walking off the field and then gets taunted. 180-degree difference.
It was the punch heard around the college football world when Oregon running back LeGarrette Blunt hit Boise State's Byron Howard in the jaw last week. Blunt was suspended for the season by the school, but Howard was not suspended any games, even though he instigated the incident by taunting Blunt and slapping him on the shoulder pad.
for a guy to say something and have to get suspended on top of everything else that's gone on top of the things that we're doing for us, we just didn't think that that's, the thing that needed to be done.
That must be the Boise State coach, right?
Sounds like it, yeah.
Well, they're wrong for not suspending this guy who went seeking out an opposing player to rub salt in the wounds after the game. He should be suspended for a game for doing that and suspended for a game for not being able to stay on his feet after he got punched.
The Boise State
like
coach.
Pussy.
The Boise State coach should call the AD at Oregon and try to fix this. I think he should be a man and step up and say, look, it's not that important. Don't suspend him for the whole season. Just a few games. Go to the kid. It is about the kids.
Well, Oregon wants to send this clear message, like that's not what the school is about, and that's true. And I understand all that.
They could change their mind, could they not?
They could change their minds. They won't because they've already put it in stone, basically, that this guy is suspended for the year would look kind of weak now if they went back and said, well, we overdid it as the parental figures here. We shouldn't have suspended him. We shouldn't have punished him for the year. We're only going to make it 4 games. They're not going to go back and do that now. Okay. Once the ink is dry, the die is cast, it's over. This guy is suspended for the year. Even if they realize now, maybe we were a little over aggressive with our punishment here. Even if they realize that today, they're not going to change it. They want to look like it won't be tolerated at Oregon. Well, it happened at your school. Right. So apparently it is happening. It's not the most heinous violation of conduct I've ever seen in my life. The guy got taunted after a game. What do you expect him to do? He is a warrior. He is a competitor. Yeah, what he did was wrong. He should have kept his senses about him. But what do you expect? I'm the most dignified person in the world, and I would have done the same thing.
Until you go to Autzen Stadium and any green painted face jackass down there wants to fight you because you have a Husky hat on. I don't think your school is really, we're not talking about a place where nuns live. All right.
Have Bender say something to me after my show.
Oh, well, what'd he say?
Show really sucked today, didn't it, T-Man?
T-Man, you suck. I told you this show's awful.
Mm-hmm. Wait till I get Blunt over here to punch your ass.
I mean, he's not doing anything else.
That's
these
true. He's
days.
got time and probably needs the money.
Yeah, probably does.
Patrick, you're on the air.
How you doing, G-Man?
What's up?
Hey, I'm with you, buddy, 100% on this one. I remember calling before, disagreeing with something you said, but I couldn't agree more with you with this one here. That is over the top. A year suspension. Oh, my goodness.
And obviously in this area, we're not Oregon fans, so we're the opposite. But this isn't about Pac-10 rivalries. This isn't about Pac-10 rivalries. This isn't about hatred for a certain school that rubs you the wrong way. This is just about a guy and a guy's future, really. And yeah,
exactly.
He didn't seem like the biggest Boy Scout in the world as far as good deeds. He had been in trouble in the past, but he was not looking for trouble here. This was a guy who had completed a game and was walking off the field, and he was not the instigator. And you caught him in a moment where his competitive juices are still flowing in a negative way. It stings when you lose a big game on national TV that you wanted to win so badly.
That's right. That's right.
Well, but that is the other thing, too, is it was national TV.
When you said, have them stay with their own team.
Yeah, the fact that it was on national TV worked against Blunt in this situation because Oregon felt like they had to make a statement on behalf of the country because it was seen on national TV. If it was just amongst the mix of the games on Saturday and it kind of got lost in the shuffle of all the highlights of all those games, then they probably wouldn't have felt this enormous pressure at Oregon to make a big statement.
Right.
But because it was the only game on Thursday and because it was the only thing they were talking about on Friday, Blunt.
Guess what?
Blunt was unfortunately in a situation where it was the biggest news story of the day amongst a very thin news stream, and he got caught in the crossfire of all the talk on Friday about it, and Oregon felt like they had to make this really strong, aggressive statement.
We don't tolerate that here.
That's like the death penalty for jaywalking. Are you kidding me?
All right, well.
Oh, geez, that's a little extreme,
that's the greatest analogy in the world.
Right.
But I get where you're coming from.
That would be cool if they had that, though.
The death penalty for jaywalking?
Yes. Do it, dude. I dare you.
Right on pay-per-view?
Run across the street, go.
Brian, you're on the air.
Yeah, T-Man, I can't disagree with you more for a couple of reasons. First of all, LeGarrette Blount, this isn't his first incident of not conforming to authority. They had just reinstated him during spring ball. He was suspended for not going to team workouts and things like that. And second of all, they also had to suspend him because he tried going into the stands after some fans after the game. I mean, he had to get escorted.
Okay, that's after the whole punch, and he wasn't going after fans. He was going after a certain guy on the opposing team's. He was on the staff or affiliated with the school in some fashion, who was. If you saw the footage, that guy also started with, I hate to be a complete defender of what's his first name again? Blunt? I honestly never heard of the guy.
Right.
I don't follow Pac-10 football enough, apparently. But he was great last year. He was a stud last year. I did go back and watch some of his YouTube highlights from last year, and he was very impressive on film.
Right.
And I know from talent on film, Terry.
Man, I'm watching this right now, and he, clocked the dude.
Yeah, he clocked the dude. And you know what? He wasn't even, if you look at the punch didn't even have that much leverage. If you know
But it had power. Definitely had
he looks
power.
like a strong guy. But if you look at the way he throws the punch, he didn't have his whole body behind it. It was just an arm punch, and the guy gets knocked out like a pussy. Yep. I couldn't believe it.
The coach was grabbing him from the other team. Chris Peterson, the Boise State, was grabbing the player. He wasn't really looking, and I'm not
exactly because the coach knew what the other guy was doing was so wrong that he was running to the defensive end to try to bail him out of a situation that he knew was stupid. But it was a second too late.
The guy from Boise State should be suspended, but the LeGarrette Blount, he's got to go for the whole season.
Absolutely not. For the whole season is absurd. And the only reason he got suspended for the whole year is because the ESPN analyst, before the suspension came down, that Kirk Herbstreit doesn't know football from anything because he played as quarterback. Quarterbacks don't know anything. They don't know about real trench warfare, Terry.
Okay.
He went on record saying that he absolutely has to be suspended for the year because he's some little, over the top, probably goody two-shoes quarterback guy, and he made it extra pressure for Oregon to have to come out with this season-long suspension, and that's why I think they wound up suspending him for the year, because he had gone on national TV on ESPN saying, Oregon has to now step up. The fact that they haven't said anything yet, was saying this on Friday, I was watching this. The fact that they haven't come out and made the official statement or given the official word on how long the suspension is incredibly sending the wrong message to the country. He should be suspended for the year right now. And then an hour later, they came out and said, well, we're suspending him for the year.
I just wish more people would get punched in the face. I love it. Like at work or wherever.
You taunt someone after a game, you better expect to be punched in the face. You should be punched in the face if you go taunt a losing player after a game.
He seeked him out. That's the wrong guy to seek out.
He seeked him out when he was walking to the dressing room.
Yeah.
Going back to what the caller said, if he was, again, I understand, you guys, it's after the game, heat of the battle, you lost. I get all of that. Adrenaline rush still going on. You're frustrated. However, going on his past, you would still think that, hey, I got to be careful. I got to be careful. I got to keep my head about me.
You don't
I'm
think
heated,
anything
whatever
when you're
the case may be.
shocked by the actions of an opposing player that he comes and taunts you after the game is over? I'm walking to the locker room and you're still coming to rub it in my wounds? Are you kidding me? Think of what LeGarrette Blount must be thinking this morning. I'm suspended for the year. All I'm trying to do is walk to the dressing room after I lost the game that I was trying so desperately to win. I'm trying to mind my own business, walk to the dressing room. Here comes some guy tapping me on the shoulder pads to taunt me and say something obviously really embarrassing or just annoying to me. And now I'm suspended for the year because this guy had to come find me. Does that seem fair?
Well, guess what, LeGarrette? Life is not fair.
2-game suspension, appropriate. Season-long suspension is a whole different story. The guy can't play the whole year.
I'll take 4. I'll be okay with 4. I mean, you can't punch people, but I'll take 4.
You can't punch people.
No,
2-game suspension.
4. I'll agree with Hotshot.
1-game suspension for the other guy.
I mean, when I heard it or when I saw it, I thought for sure I was going to hear 4 to 6-game suspension. A whole year?
Yeah.
That's a little much. I mean, and by the way, he's probably 21. You're talking about a young guy. You're talking about potentially screwing up his whole life because of one punch, That doesn't seem fair to me.
2 games and 1 game. Don't doubt me again until well into my next life.
Yo, what up, it's Jamie Foxx. KUBE 93 is putting you
in the VIP
with Jamie.
I just got back from Africa.
Listen for your cue to call.
Let Puppy Combs do the remix on that. Yeah. Bad boy.
We are just minutes away, by the way, from giving away tickets to see Jamie Foxx 1 month from this very day, Terry, on October 8th of 2009 Arena. We're going to have Jamie Foxx at the Key Arena doing his multi-talented little show, because it used to be you go to a Jamie Foxx show, he'd mix in a couple of songs with his comedy. Now I get the sense he may mix in a couple of jokes with the music.
I think the second one.
Which is kind of, as I said earlier this morning, less of maybe what I would like to see, but I don't say I speak for the masses. A lot of people like his music more than his comedy. Not me, but that's to each his own. But it's going to be a good show nonetheless, because Jamie Foxx is a unique talent that can dazzle you with both his comedy and his music, even if you want to blame it on the alcohol. So, a chance of VIP moments with Jamie Foxx, because not only will you win tickets in the next few minutes from now and all week long, but we're going to also qualify you for a backstage meet and greet, a situation with Jamie Foxx. I know that gets a lot of ladies pretty amped up, and it should, Terry, because he has a history of hooking up with many a groupie, Terry. He knows the the motto that some artists follow, and I know you know it as well as anyone.
What's your favorite thing about groupies?
My favorite thing about groupies? F***ing them.
A lot of ladies are hoping for meet, M-E-A-T, and greet. Instead of M-E-E-T.
Yeah, we got it.
I don't know if Terry got it. Are you sure you're speaking for Terry?
I think she understands.
Okay.
Well, about the meat.
If there's one person on this planet that knows from meat.
Knows how to greet.
Jeez.
Yes.
But maybe the best part of all of it is that we get to play the game show theme in the next segment, especially now that we went deep into the archives, the annals of KUBE 93 and found the lyrics to it. So, we have that coming up in moments. Of course, text messaging rolls on all morning long at 97373. Don't you know? That's 97373. Don't you know? And even though it's a Tuesday morning, it kind of feels like a Monday.
Yeah.
Yes. And on Mondays, a lot of people don't like to, tear it up on the phone lines because you had a long weekend of doing your thing, and now it's back to the grind, and no one really feels like talking on a Monday. I don't take as many calls on Monday as I do in the rest of the week. So text messaging is where it's at this morning at 97373. Don't you know? And at 7:35 and 30 seconds, somebody writes, Terry's BSing again. They don't write BSing, they write the whole word. Terry's BSing again, T-Man. She knows she would knock a bitch out if someone got in her space and said something foul to her when she's all fired up about something.
See, I'd be punching you two out every single day.
If that's the case?
If that's the case. Because you guys, without a doubt, every single minute, there's something foul said about me.
That's true. We do say foul things, but not with bad intentions. Like this guy.
Oh, okay. Maybe not from you, but this guy over here. Oh, complete bad intentions.
We say it with lighthearted and fun, love and spirits because we love you deep inside. At least I can speak for myself. But anyway.
Well, that's what I said.
I would love to be deep inside.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
See,
we're talking about the
foul
M-E-A-T
right
again?
That's right.
Yeah, the M-E-A-T
And great.
there.
Okay. Anyway. But I think anyone can relate with that. Anyone who's got any kind of fire in them, and you do, you little
He's a troublemaker, plain and simple. This dude is. LeGarrette Blunt is a troublemaker, period. He's been in trouble prior to this. We already talked about it with the caller.
And he was talking crap in the papers before the game.
That I didn't know. I see that
so
on a
he's
couple
got
of
a history.
All right, listen, that is something I have to take into some consideration. That I didn't realize he was talking a little trash in the newspapers ahead of the game. However, the bottom line still remains. The guy accepted defeat, was walking off the field, trying to get to his dressing room. This dude, who couldn't even stand on his own feet from a right jab, and that's all it really was.
Yeah, it was a jab.
And the funniest thing about it is...
Was it a left jab? Left jab.
It was a right jab. LeGarrette Blunt was across his body. It was a right hand, but it was not much leverage or weight behind it. And the defensive end, that's your starting defensive end, went down from a right jab. The funniest thing about all this, it's really not that funny, is that LeGarrette Blunt is going to be a victim of connecting with this punch. If this was a punch he threw that missed, if the guy came and taunted him after the game, and LeGarrette Blount threw a quick jab and it went all air, it wouldn't have been a news story. He's going to be a victim now of connecting to the guy's jaw and having him go down the way he did. Even if he did connect, forget about it hitting air. Let's say he connected and it didn't phase the defensive end, which it shouldn't, because the defensive end has him outweighed and out-sized altogether, and yet he goes down like he's knocked silly. Which way did he go? Which way did he go? The guy goes down on national TV, and that's now why LeGarrette Blount is paying the price. If the guy would have just been unaffected by the punch, it wouldn't be the huge news story, and LeGarrette Blount wouldn't be suspended for the year. So in a sense, LeGarrette Blount is a victim of having the guy go down like a rag doll and connecting with his punch. Trust me on this. If it had been a punch that hit all air, it wouldn't have been a news story, and he'd be playing next week.
LeGarrette Blount will be in the MMA in a year.
It would be,
when he doesn't get drafted.
It would be the same intention. It would have been the same intention by LeGarrette Blount trying to retaliate for what the guy said after he tapped him on the shoulder pads, and yet nothing would have happened if he didn't connect with the punch. Isn't that ironic? I love using the word ironic now, especially when it comes to how the world works its way out. How the world works itself out is fascinating to me. Because the punch connects is why, as much as anything, he's out for the year.
Oh.
7:35 and 28 seconds due. Somebody writes, please comment on Fergie's sexy, scandalous see-through outfit yesterday at Bumper Shoot. What a freak she is. I was not there. I did not see it. I saw a couple of still photos, and it didn't strike me as anything ridiculously over the top, but apparently you were there and loved every second of it. Whoever the texter
I
is.
guess so.
Did Fergie have some absurd outfit on or what? Anyone know?
Hopefully she Peter Pants again. My favorite part about Fergie.
She is a married woman now. Come on, people.
How married could Fergie ever really be?
I know, I guess.
Meth addict.
7:32 and 10 seconds due. Somebody writes, can you please put the video on T-Man's webpage? Well, I said that the video is about as accessible as any video in the history of the video world, but we are putting it up on the tmanshow.com, although we've been having difficulties lately with... We put something up, and then it shows up at like 3 p.m. It's like get lost in cyberspace somehow in translation. Pasty put it up.
Oh, look down.
But kind of like his Magnum.
You guys.
It takes a lot of effort to actually get the process completed of putting it completely up.
Before the show's over, are we going to verify that he really has a Magnum? I mean, come on. People are dying to know.
Wow. Sounds like you're dying to know.
I'm dying to know.
It is T-Man the final days.
Has he been lying this whole time, or does he really have a Magnum?
It is T-Man the final days, and apparently Hotshot cannot get closure on the show.
Yes. I guess not.
Until he finds out.
I need to know.
We should be able to have... Each of us should have at least one request fulfilled as far as, getting our closure on the final days.
Right.
We should be able to have one request, and no matter what, have it fulfilled. If yours is to have Pasty drop trowel.
Finally get one. I'm not
I
picking that.
know. He wants it bad.
No way.
Well, can you think of anything better than that?
Can Terry really suck paint off a bench?
Oh, geez. Wow.
Wow.
That I want to find out.
Let me just get this quick. We're running late here. 7:29 and 41 seconds due. Somebody writes, LeGarrette Blount should have just heard the guys taunting and said, shut up and make me a pot pie. Apparently it's become a famous saying now. Shut up and make me a pot pie. Well, I love how my little moments here live on forever.
Yeah,
yes.
they do.
Even in the final days. 7:25 and 59 seconds. Denise writes, he got sucker punched. It's not like he saw it coming and still got knocked out. Quit defending the little bitch from Oregon. Well, you could say, Denise, that the guy on Boise State got sucker punched. I don't see it that way at all. You go seeking a guy out and taunting him after a game, you better expect something's going to come firing back at you. That is not the definition of being sucker punched. Being sucker punched is you can't even understand why you got hit, really.
Right.
This guy had fighting words coming out of his mouth. You can't tell me then he got sucker punched. All right? And maybe he is a little bitch. I don't know the guy. All I know is what I saw. And I don't think this guy should have gotten suspended for the year. I think the Oregon people on the campus that make these decisions are a bunch of frickin' wusses that felt the heat of the country and had to cave in. 7:25 and 49 seconds due. Somebody writes, that's BST, another case of the man bringing another brother down.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
oh, yeah.
Something said about it, Terry.
Yeah, the man took his arm and said, yes, punch him, please.
white Heisman quarterback had done the same thing who got hurt over the weekend, too. Who knows how this whole thing plays out? I don't want to start any kind of trouble here, but that always kind of intrigues me myself, I got to admit.
The University of Oregon doesn't care about black people.
7:25 and 37 seconds. Dude, somebody writes,
Making the shirts.
Our GPO, Hammy, and dump truck guy going to check in after you quit your show, T-Man. Well, that's up to the next show.
What are they checking in on?
Gay said he's not. He already made it clear.
Gay said he
with the next show. I recommended to the people here who the next show should be. They haven't made their final decisions yet. I hope they follow my advice. But whoever the next show is, if Dumpy and Gay and Hammy want to check in, I don't know. It's up to the next show. It's their decision.
But Gay made it clear he's out.
Yeah, he did.
You never know with Gay.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho. I got 99 problems, but a ain't one. Hit me.
Jay-Z is finally back in Seattle.
What up, it's Jay-Z.
And KUBE 93 is hooking you up with tickets.
Now tuned into the greatest. My breath, checking my breath.
Get the concert info at KUBE93.com.
Many colleges believe that dogged determination is the key to students enrolling at their schools.
Just sign here.
Well,
Yeah, come on, sign here.
no.
Sign here.
Stop it. We do things a little differently at Pima Medical Institute. Motivation, ability, and desire, yours, not ours, are considered before you'll be selected as a student at Pima. And instead of spending years of your life trying to get into the
I heard you. I get the point. You don't have it. Love the Boston Club. Got you over there with my jizz in your hair. Look so good, you look so fine. Hey.
I love the jizz sounds.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not right.
Well, if you had it in my
You feel so good, you felt so right.
Felt so right on that one.
Jamie Foxx, take us, Terry.
Woohoo! Can I get some? Can I get some?
Oh, jeez.
Wow, I said that before.
Oh, yeah. Believe me.
And she wasn't ignored.
No, I wasn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie
Happily
Foxx
satisfied.
live at the Key Arena exactly 1 month from tonight. It's not like one of these shows you got to wait 6 months for. I bought a pair of tickets for a concert back in March. It ain't coming till like December. I don't even know what it is anymore. But anyway.
I just went to a show where I bought tickets in like February.
Yeah, that happens too often, where they make you buy the tickets with a half a year in between the time you buy the tickets till the show comes. You don't even know if you're going to be alive.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't lose them.
But that is not the case with Jamie Foxx, at least as far as this situation. The concert is going to be here before you know it, counting down the final weeks, 1 month from today to be precise. Today is September 9th, correct? Or September 8th?
Yeah.
Yes.
8th.
Well, the show is on October 8th at the Key Arena, and not many artists out there can equally entertain you, as we mentioned earlier, with their musical abilities as well as their comedic talents. Well, that's what you get. But Jamie Arthur Foxx.
Jamie, what happened to W?
Oh, that's right. Jamie W. Foxx.
Don't start throwing different things in there.
At the Key Arena on October 8th. And as Terry pointed out earlier, she's equally as entertained by his comedy as she is his music.
I saw his last little concert.
Yes, it was at the Key Arena, right?
It was at the Key.
And you were 50-50, split completely down the middle. You didn't care whether he was telling jokes or singing. You loved it, lapped it up
Lapped
equally
it up.
as...
Absolutely.
All right.
He was great.
And you know where I stand.
I do.
I say keep the music to a minimum, keep the jokes coming, and I'll be happy. But that's fine, because he only really has 2 hits, Terry.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
He used to sprinkle in music when he was getting into music, and that was a nice little mix as far as I was concerned, like 80% comedy with 20%, a little music abilities, and now he's gotten a little carried away, I think.
Well, he used to do, like, parodies on the piano, like Love Boat, funny songs.
Yeah, that would be comedy. I would consider that comedy.
Right, but that was the only kind of music he would do.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do any of his
But I mean,
original
he's
music.
got, 3
hits.
3 or 4 albums, but
No,
really,
4
yeah.
albums?
Yeah, he does.
He's got about 2 or 3 albums.
Wow.
Full
He
albums,
does.
yeah.
Full
but
albums,
with
but
that
really the
said, he's
only
got
ones
about 2 major radio hits. At least, let's put it that way. Maybe 3.
Absolutely. Yep.
He's got 3 albums and 2 hits.
Yeah, pretty much. But still, I mean, those of Jamie Foxx fans, it doesn't matter. They
And
love
one of
him
those
anyway.
hits requires a little help.
Yeah.
But he's going to pretty much split it down the middle with music and comedy, and it's going to be a night to remember. So not only are we giving tickets away, the first caller that we like is going to get tickets, but they're also going to qualify to meet Jamie Foxx.
Mm-hmm.
And the talent that lies within the man. That lies within the man. That lies within the man. You will meet him backstage.
Oh, I just wanted to meet Jamie.
Well, you got more than you bargained for, buddy.
Confused.
You can meet him backstage because he's the kind of guy who's not just going to take one listener and meet him backstage. It's going to be a whole group.
Right.
And he's got, a lot of personality, so he's not going to be uncomfortable. A lot of these musical artists are not really socialites.
Yeah, they don't. They get really
How
uncomfortable.
about all of them?
Yeah.
So they get a little shy backstage, and it comes off as maybe they're being a little holier than thou, whatever, and then it gets, that gets lost in translation. Oh, I got snubbed backstage. That's not going to be the case when you meet Jamie Foxx backstage. At least I think. I expect him to be very personable and very likable and very, giving of his time, and it'll be a real cool experience.
Yeah.
So, the first caller gets tickets at a shot of being one of the people selected to go backstage. Now, who's it going to be? You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes.
Steven?
Yes.
Did I win the tickets?
Not quite yet.
Oh.
I mean, you are the first caller, but you know how it works with me, and especially in the final days. I got to get a feel for you, you know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Be the opening act for Jamie Foxx, get a feel for you, see what's going on here, tenderize you a little bit.
Wow.
Who am I speaking with?
This is Jennifer.
Jennifer. And where are we calling from this morning? Sounds like you're in transit. You what?
Oh, no, I'm at work.
You're at work. You've already arrived?
Yes, I have.
Do you work in a wind tunnel?
No, at a freighting company.
I do, actually, T-Man. It's unbelievable. If the wind tunnel goes out, I got to fix it.
Mm-hmm. Where do you work?
Span, Alaska.
Say again?
Span, Alaska.
Span, Alaska?
Span, Alaska. What's that?
It's a dessert.
It's a freighting company.
Is it anything like it's Brother Baked?
Pardon?
Never mind. Span, Alaska is a what?
It's a freighting company.
A freighting
for
company.
people
So
in
you
Alaska.
work outdoors.
Yes, I do.
Wow. She's an outdoor warehouse.
There you go.
It's got no walls or ceilings.
I don't know how they don't keep from getting ripped off all the time.
Some people call that a field.
Yeah.
But you work in an open-air warehouse?
I do.
Uh-huh. What are your responsibilities there, Jennifer?
Just the receiving.
You're a receiver.
Oh.
You and the gauge, the phone operators.
She's a bottom.
So you enjoy the receiving aspects of life, or
I do.
you like being on the receiving end?
I do.
Yes. And what about your social life when you're done with the work day, when the whistle blows and the
we weren't talking about that?
The car fires itself up and you're heading back to your real world? What do you do? What's going on there?
She slides down the dinosaur.
Well, I just had a
And you
baby.
say yabba dabba do. What happens then?
I just had a baby about 18 months ago.
Oh,
wow. Congrats.
You got a toddler amongst your...
I do. A monkey.
A monkey?
A monkey.
It's a monkey, yes.
You call her a monkey? It's a her or a him?
It's a her.
It's a her. You call her a little monkey?
I do.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, it's your kid. You can call it whatever you want. And is it your only child or no?
No, I have an 8-year-old also.
8-year-old. Is that also a monkey or no?
No, she's not a monkey.
2 girls.
Yes.
Two young girls, 8 years old and 1 year old. And why the lapse between children? What happened in the 7 years between the two kids?
Divorced.
First marriage did not work out.
No, it did not.
What was the key element to, the key ingredient or reason as to why it imploded on you?
He cheated.
Oh.
Yeah, he cheated.
Yeah, he was a dick, but he cheated more specifically.
Wow.
Uh-huh. And you caught him in the act of cheating, or you just had a gut feeling, or what?
No, caught him in the act.
You caught him red-handed.
Pants down, yes.
Wow! No doubt you're cheating.
Caught him red schlonged. You caught him balls deep, huh?
Whoa, people.
That's deep.
And was he with someone you knew, someone you've heard of, someone you were aware of, or some stranger?
Someone that he went to church with.
Someone he went to church with, or you guys went to church with?
He went to church.
So you weren't a big church-going girl. You're not very religious. He was so religious.
He
and
was
boy,
feeling the spirit.
Boy, did it pay off.
With the good Lord willing, we'll have a threesome next week.
And plucked her right out of the choir. And
jeez, I love church people. I'm going to start going now.
So he would go to church. You would stay home on Sundays. And he got himself all, like, intertwined in spirit in the church.
Yes.
I feel like Jesus baptized me, please.
Yeah, someone had a little bit too much of the wine.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And you caught him in the act of sex with that woman from church.
Yes.
Where'd you walk in on him? In your home?
In our bedroom, yes. At home.
In the bedroom that you called your home.
Wow, in your home. Jeez, that's just...
With the cross that lied above her bed.
Right across the bed.
That he insisted be put up there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because we need this bedroom to be blessed at all times.
Oh, is it blessed?
Amen.
And hallelujah.
I took her clothes and threw them out.
So you grabbed his clothes and threw them out, and that was the last you pretty much ever knew of him. Wow. But you have an 8-year-old together, so there obviously is still some ties and communication that you must have with this man, correct?
Yeah, for at least 18 years. So.
For at least 18, or 10 more to be more specific.
Right.
And how was your daughter? Is she okay? Is she good? Is she a nice girl? What's the story?
Very smart, very smart.
Mm-hmm. Aren't they all? And now you have a 1-year-old with a new guy.
Yeah, we've been together about 4 years now.
And heaven knows you ain't letting him go to church, right?
No, we are atheists in this house now.
We are, definitely.
Okay.
No crosses coming up in here.
No. Nope.
So you guys are getting along, or what? You and the new guy?
Oh, yeah, we get along great.
Oh, that's wonderful. And now you'd like to go see Jamie Foxx.
I would love to go see Jamie Foxx.
And if Jamie Foxx invited you backstage, why do I get the feeling you'd find religion?
Bless me. I need some.
Would you like to go meet Jamie Foxx backstage? Is that the ultimate goal here?
That would be great.
But what if he hit on you? You're a woman who's been scarred. You wouldn't accept the advances, even though he's one of the most dazzling, mesmerizing superstars of our modern times, would you?
What happens behind closed doors? That's
Whoa.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
So you're saying
okay, then.
It would be perfectly appropriate and acceptable for you to have sex as long as you don't get caught with Jamie Foxx?
Well, she's not married, so technically she's still single.
So she can hand him the holy water as long as she doesn't get caught in the act.
Wow, apparently so. Good to know.
Is that what you really meant, Jennifer, or what?
No, I was just kidding.
You're kidding. Okay.
I'm kidding.
But you're a fan of Jamie Foxx, or what?
I am.
Well, you sound like a lovely lady who has held her own in this world.
Yep.
She's not answering. She's not seconding the motion.
She's not saying that's right.
Okay. Well, it's nice to hear, something out of you when I say that. You say, yeah, I have, T-Man, or yes, it's been a struggle at times, but I've certainly persevered. Give me something like that.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Working hard, making those ends meet, right, Jennifer?
I hate doing that.
Definitely.
Taking care of what needs to be taken care of, right?
I am.
Now you got a new toddler and an 8-year-old who's, coming
Smart
to
as a whip, T-Man.
Coming into her own, gifted and talented in the 3rd grade.
Yep.
She's second or third grade? Third grade? Third grade.
Fluent in Portuguese, Spanish, and Turkish.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Oh, that Turkish language is hard to master.
Yes, it is.
Well, That's as long as you don't have Rosetta Stone makes it so easy.
Oh, it does.
Yes.
Why do I keep getting ads for that?
Jennifer, very popular.
God, leave me alone.
You can't
$500,
you can't walk to an airport without seeing a Rosetta Stone
Jeez.
kiosk.
I know.
How did the Rosetta? I guess they feel like you're flying out to someplace exotic when really you're going to Spokane, and yet they have the.
Plus, you have time on the plane. Though.
They have the Rosetta. They have the Rosetta Stone kiosks in basically every airport now. Maybe most people don't even notice them, but I notice everything.
But
anyway,
you have 5 hours on the plane to learn it.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I want to do.
Nothing.
Spending my plane time is learning a new language.
You'll get off just speaking it like that.
Jennifer,
Get off.
I want to be the first to congratulate you. And this is a moment that should bring on some excitement because it's not like you qualified and may wind up winning nothing. You have won Jamie Foxx tickets.
All right, thank you.
You are going to be at the show a month from tonight.
All right, sounds good.
How's that feel?
That feels great.
She's like, oh, Tim, I'm not going to worry about getting a babysitter. And you may be backstage with Jamie Arthur Fox 1 month from tonight.
W.
Great.
Jamala.
All right?
Thank you.
That exciting?
Very exciting.
All right. She's at work. She can't get, 2 touchdown dances. 2 touchdown dance-ish.
Guys will look at me funny.
Guys will, huh?
You work with mostly guys?
Yeah, all guys.
You work with all guys?
Oh, way to hold your own.
Do they see you as one of the guys, or do they know you're a woman?
Well, yeah, they know I'm a female.
Uh-huh. You look all woman, or you got a little man in you?
No,
what woman is going to admit, oh, yeah, T-Man, I got a little bit of man in
I
me.
think a woman who's realistic about where she stands would be willing to admit that she's got a little tomboyishness in her. She's got a little, manly qualities here or there. But you're saying...
I like sports, yes.
I mean...
You're saying no. No woman would admit that.
By the way...
I've seen some women who like women who have a little man in them.
And they don't admit it?
No, they do admit it.
Oh, they do admit it.
Yeah.
But you're talking...
But Jennifer, you're saying you're all woman.
All women.
Uh-huh. And you're sure about that?
I'm very positive.
And you're the only woman amongst a group of men working in the spot that you're working at?
Well, we got the females that are in the office.
But you're a grunt worker.
Yes.
Let me hear you grunt.
I got the easiest job.
Oh.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, you get back to it, baby.
Thank you.
Hang on the line. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Enjoy it.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
First winner of the week. We'll be doing it all week, and I don't know how long, but definitely at least for the week. For the concert, that's a month from tonight. Jennifer sounded nice, Terry.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm happy for her. Powers of love.
Oh, my gosh. Really?
The next chance.
We are pros.
To win.
Pros.
Jamie Foxx tickets.
Straight
Put his mic on.
I mean, just get on with Terry Cam, would you, dude?
Is at 2:10 p.m. That's when the legendary Shelly Hart is going to be giving away another pair of tickets and another shot to meet Jamie W. Alexander Fox backstage. So this is a real contest here, Terry.
Absolutely.
This isn't one of those maybe you win an Escalade, but probably you win nothing. This is, you know what? As a listener, all I'm asking of a radio station is put something in my hand right now. You know?
Yes.
Is that too much to ask?
No, it's not.
If I call up and I'm the 93rd caller.
Yes.
Or if I'm the first caller that gets by the crazy man that is the mind of T-Man.
Yes.
Then put something in my freaking hand, would you please?
Right there. Oh, not that.
I'll even take that.
Wow.
Give me something to remember this moment by.
Something tangible, huh?
Yes. Don't give me a hope. Don't give me a dream. Give me something and then maybe a dream for something else. And that's why this contest is perfect. Because we put 2 tickets to Jamie Foxx immediately in your hand, and then you get put in the mix of something even bigger.
Is that a hopper?
All right? You get thrown in the hopper.
Okay.
This is truly a great contest. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
At least from my point of view.
Oh, yeah.
So, Shelly Hart has your next chance at winning a great contest at 2:10 p.m.
Yo, what up, it's Jamie Foxx. Cube 93 is putting you
In the VIP with Jamie.
I just got back from Africa.
Listen for your cue to call.
Let Puffy Combs do the remix on that. Yeah. Bad boy.
Get tickets plus a chance at VIP access.
The next chance to win. 210 with Shelly Hart.
Only on Cube 93.
Introducing a new way to save money at our
DJ AM commit suicide. The latest shocking reports reveal that he took powerful painkillers right before he died.
Right.
A New York City official told the Associated Press this week that AM had undigested prescription medications in his stomach and one in his throat when he was found dead last Friday. While the final autopsy results on the 36-year-old performer are still pending, the official says 6 pills were found in his stomach and that the pill in his throat appeared to be the powerful painkiller Oxycontin.
See, I think it's a shame that now one guy has come out with his findings, his report, and has cast a whole cloud of confusion now over the passing of DJ AM, suggesting it may have been suicidal. I think it's right in the mode of Heath Ledger and others that just overdosed. And because they found, what is he concluding?
Pills.
Because they found undigested Oxycontin in his system, and he was taking one after another, that it was more him trying to kill himself than trying to get high.
Right.
But if you're on some kind of binge, you don't know what motivation someone has for how they're doing drugs in a certain moment. You can't suggest just based on that. I'm not feeling anything based on this report that makes it more leaning towards suicide than a simple overdosing, or, not so simple, but an overdosing situation.
But the question still remains, was Adam Goldstein's death suicide or an accident? A source tells People.com he thinks suicide. He wanted to die. He was going on...
Yeah, we understand what suicide is. Thanks so much. Suicide. He wanted to die.
Oh, that's suicide.
Yeah, that's the one he's talking about.
But the question still remains, was Adam Goldstein's death suicide or an accident? A source tells People.com he thinks suicide. He wanted to die.
It's this one source that is now making this whole situation much more confusing than it was last week, when everyone assumed it was a situation where Adam Goldstein's demons of the past caught up with him. He had a terrible drug problem in his distant past that he had harnessed and not only conquered, but was helping others get through their drug addictions, but had a tough week or month, and it all came crashing down on him.
Right.
Now this guy's saying that he had motives, that he wanted to kill himself, and it wasn't an overdose situation. It's just one guy's opinion, and they're going with this whole story and making people feel like this is very plausible.
He was going unconscious when he took the last one. He didn't even swallow it. The same source says that when AM's manager, police, and paramedics entered AM's apartment, they found a Valentine's Day card from AM's girlfriend, Haley Wood. Pictures lying around of the two of them, mirrors blocking...
They didn't keep a neat apartment. You gotta have pictures of your girlfriend in your apartment? Were they lying in a circle around him in a heart?
Well, you had paraphernalia, clothes all over the place.
I got crap all over. If you're going to try to make judgments on how my bedroom is organized.
Right, when I die early, it's like, oh, he liked tranny porn. Oh, big deal.
Obviously, he went crazy because he couldn't get a tranny to come to his house that day.
Whatever.
Don't pass judgment on what you find. Was there a note? No.
The same source says that when AM's manager, police, and paramedics entered AM's apartment, they found a Valentine's Day card from AM's girlfriend, Haley Wood. Pictures lying around of the two of them, mirrors blocking 2 doorways, and drug paraphernalia.
All right, now mirrors blocking the doorways? Now that is the one thing that may present some kind of motive of I don't want anyone to stop me from killing myself. But if it was like dressers covering the doorways so that no one could get in, that would be certainly something I would have to take.
Yeah, you think?
Something you have to
Something. That's
as
true
a clear
barricading.
sign of someone's motive to trying to kill themselves. But you know what? I could even make a case that the mirrors in front of his door, mirrors don't really block anyone. It's just if you're doing crack, that's something you don't want to ever get caught with. All right? He died from the combination of crack and Oxycontin, probably more the Oxycontin or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, that sounds good.
Anyway,
Easy, big boy.
if you're going to be sitting there smoking crack,
Yes.
you're going to put something in front of your door just in case anyone starts coming in. You want to hear some sounds that you need to throw your crack under the bed. So he put his full-length mirror, that movable mirror thing. You know, everyone has one of those big mirrors, right? I mean, I have like 17.
Wow.
Look at myself.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I'm assuming it's one of those tall, like, full-length mirrors. You just kind of moved it in front of the door in case anyone starts opening the door. You can hear someone's coming in.
Right.
That is not the kind of thing you barricade a door with, a mirror.
Yeah, I was going to say barricade, you think really heavy, can't move, sorry, no one in.
If they had to knock open the door and knock down dressers to get in his apartment.
We're coming in.
That's one thing.
Yeah.
But the putting mirrors in front of the door just sounds like something like you want to have some sounds made if you hear someone entering because you're smoking crack. That does not lead me to believe that it was a suicide.
Right.
Seems like a waste of pills, too, man.
They didn't even dissolve,
All those
damn it.
undigested ones? What the hell?
I should have been in there, grab them.
Well, apparently they were found still in its solid state. Maybe you can gather some of the evidence there, kid.
From AM's girlfriend, Haley Wood. Pictures lying around of the two of them, mirrors blocking 2 doorways, and drug paraphernalia. The source goes on to say a crack pipe sat next to the body. When authorities moved the body, crack was found underneath. And concludes AM smoked a lot of crack, barricaded the doors, and killed himself.
Yeah, the barricading the doors thing, again, I
With the
need
mirrors,
to see
yeah.
what these mirrors look like.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine them real heavy.
You put an armoire in front of a door, that's
right.
barricading a door.
Yeah, and the armoire could have a mirror, but...
I love a nice armoire.
All right, well, one guy's opinion has now made a lot of waves here.
Well...
Oh, is it the coroner?
No, it's not the coroner.
Oh.
It's one investigator has concluded that this was a suicide. I don't agree, based on what I'm hearing. But he would have more details than me. Let's see what we got. We got a lot of text messages coming in this morning, Terry. I know you've been dying to give us the Sean Merriman
Oh, my gosh, no kidding.
tequila story.
Lord love a duck.
What was that?
Lord love a duck.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely time to call it quits there.
It's officially too old to do the show.
Let me see here. I've been listening since high school. Somebody writes at 8:02 and 25 seconds the following statement. At 97373, don't you know? At 8:02 and 25 seconds due, somebody writes, Terry made a valuable point this morning without stammering. Vinnie the Pooh has become a man. Schwager has now a girlfriend. All I need is for Pasty to touch a boob, and then you do have my permission to retire, Mr. T-Man, if you want to quit.
How are we doing on that, Dave?
Woo! How are you doing on that?
How's that going?
How's that working out for you?
Please find out if he's touched a boob over the weekend. We have to know.
Did you, in fact, touch a boob, or come close to a boob, or come in the vicinity of a boob over the weekend? Pasty Dave, yes or no?
No.
Oh, jeez.
Weird.
Well, apparently it's going to be more long days for us. Let's see here.
Does he have it in him to go like on a crazy spree when the show's over? Is that, I mean, does he
undissolved, undigested boob in his throat when he
I'm wondering,
discovered?
Like, is he not doing it because of the show, and then when we're off, he'll go nuts? Does he have it in him?
I guess there's only one way to find out.
Mm-hmm. Magnum?
8:03 and 8 seconds, dude. Somebody writes, I can't wait for the day when Oprah reunites T-Man with Stephen Kilbreth, Dana Dearden, and all the rest on her show.
Wow.
Oh, man. No, she does like the Bob Newhart show. No, it was a Mary Tyler Moore reunion.
She had the Friends goodbye, and yeah. I'm not sure this one is in the cards, but thanks for thinking that way.
Dana Dearden, what's she doing now?
She's doing commercials for a Range Rover.
Still?
Yep.
Let's see what else we have here.
Big time.
7:59, 58 seconds, dude. Somebody writes, my final request for the T-Man final days is to have T-Man climb up into Terry's wizard sleeve and play All I Smell Is Poop clip over and okay, yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's reasonable, I think.
The listeners now feel they're entitled to a final request.
I guess
they're all
so.
they're taking it serious now.
And they are entitled to it, but that would be a lot of requests to have to fulfill, so
yeah.
I don't know about that. But that is an interesting one. Climbing up in there.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
All right, hang on to the Sean Merriman All-Pro linebacker for the San Diego Chargers and Tila Tequila. All-Pro MySpacer. Because that's how she got her success, right? That's how she came about.
She had the most friends on MySpace.
Unbelievable.
Yes, and then they gave her the show.
And speaking of Vinnie the Pooh.
Uh-oh. Oh.
I wanted to only be nice to him because I'm so proud of him when he was here. But I had to restrain myself from having to tell him I told him so from all those arguments we had in the past.
All right.
When I used to tell him that MySpace was going into the tank, when MySpace was past its time, how MySpace was going to, start fading out, and he would fight me. No, bigger than ever, bigger than ever.
Right.
Would he fight me now?
Facebook's for old people.
Or would he let me tell him that I told him so? So the bottom line is, I didn't want to say this to him again because I'm so proud of where he's gone, Terry, and how he's all grown up and all, things he's accomplished. But what I was struggling successfully, unlike LeGarrette Blount, able to fight off Terry was for him to tell me to not doubt me again until well into my next life. Okay?
Okay.
Because I don't think the MySpace world is really thriving right now compared to the Facebook and the Twitter world, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. I agree.
Just watching Superbad last night, as I did for like the 19th time. Maybe the 57th time. I don't know what it is. Just hang on to your Sean Merriman story.
Okay. And the whole wait a minute.
It's too long a story to explain.
Okay, then.
But anyway, I want to hear about what happened between Tila Tequila. Because I didn't read the full story, but I heard about it. Everyone's seen the headlines, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's not nearly as big as a Chris Brown Rihanna story, but it is something that will catch our interest this week and see how this plays out.
Oh, absolutely.
And you'll give us all the details right after these words.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ho. I got 99 problems, but a ain't one. Hit me. Anti-auto-tune. I like that. I like that. I like that. It's where the money at. I like that.
Well, the Beatles are about to take America by storm again. The band's remastered catalog will be released, and on Wednesday, the video game The Beatles Rock Band will also be released. The remastered tracks are supposed to give you the clearest sound ever on all their hits.
Yeah.
And the game is expected to attract a whole new generation of fans as well. There's also some rumors the Beatles could be coming to iTunes.
Yeah, we've heard that one before. Anyway, the reviews on the Beatles Rock Band are pretty strong. They say it's going to satisfy both Beatle fans and Rock Band fans, which is hard to conquer when you want to satisfy the true hardcore Rock Band fans. Sometimes you got to make compromises to those real hardcore Beatle fans.
Mm-hmm.
But all fans of all sides will be satisfied from what I'm reading about the Beatles Rock Band. And actually, I went to Best Buy yesterday, and I saw someone. I thought it was released already because I saw them playing it in the store. Maybe Best Buy has their own copy that they're able to display.
They could do something early and
but
get everybody hyped up.
There were customers playing it.
What'd you buy?
I guess you couldn't buy it, but you could play it.
Yeah, what did you buy?
I bought some Tad videos for my 2-year-old son.
Oh, cute.
Very into Tad. You familiar
I
with
don't
Tad?
know Tad.
Tad the
no.
Frog.
Don't know Tad the Frog.
Well, he's
just no Mario. That's all right.
He's very likable. And if you lick the bottom of Tad,
you get high.
What?
Quite a high, yes.
All right.
Didn't know you were into that.
So he's fun for the whole family, as you can tell.
That's the way gay tricks guys on Craigslist too.
I'm
if you lick his bottom,
right? You get
really high.
That's right.
Wow.
Well, he isn't lying, I guess, but.
Or you want to kill yourself?
Well, when he slips you a roofie when you're looking at his bottom,
you have no choice.
You get a little high.
Yeah.
Terry?
Yes.
You've been teasing us with the details of the Tila Tequila
and
Sean Merriman situation all weekend long. Apparently, Sean Merriman put his hands around her throat and said, "You ain't leaving my house so fast, you MySpace biatch."
You drunk MySpace biatch.
All right, tell me what happened
Well,
there.
apparently she was very inebriated. That's what his statement, his lawyers come out and said.
Now, let's set this up by saying Sean Merriman is about as dominant a football player as we've seen in the past 5 years on the defensive side of the ball. However,
he's a big boy.
He's had a nagging injury or two over the past couple of years, which has prevented him from really playing at all. And with that said, because he has this immense unlimited ability combined with an inability to really stay healthy and be on the field, frustration can set in, which could lead to you snapping faster than maybe you would ordinarily. Your fuse,
football players and snapping.
Your fuse is shorter. Your NFL players can't keep themselves out of trouble. It seems like we can't get through a week without a high-profile NFL player being in the news.
Calm down,
fuse
people.
is short combined with the steroids.
I know. I was
Bad
just gonna
combo.
say.
So Sean Merriman's fuse may be shorter than it might ordinarily be because he's again not really able to play even for this season. I don't think.
Well,
he didn't play all last season, and I don't think he's going to play this season.
Okay.
But he's awesome.
when he does play.
That's right.
But cheaters never win and winners never cheat.
Oh, jeez.
So you're saying he's a steroid freak and he's getting what he deserves?
Yes, I am.
Well,
Terry, what happened with him and Tila Tequila?
This is what happened. At around 3:45 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Nothing good happens.
No.
At 3:45 a.m.
It doesn't.
Not even of a sexual nature.
No.
You get all this.
No.
All your sexual needs are taken care of by 1:30.
Really?
All right,
I thought you were
2:30.
just leaving out of the club, then you go have breakfast, and then you go.
Nothing good can happen at 3:45 a.m. on
checking.
any front. Trust me.
All right.
Okay?
Gotcha.
If you're having sex at 3:45 a.m., it ain't going to be good anyway.
Oh, all right. Anyway,
If you're still going at 3:45, that means you're too drunk to finish.
Exactly.
At 1:30.
You are understanding my point
Yes,
there.
I
There's
can.
absolutely nothing good that can happen at 3:45 a.m.
So, ladies, mark your watches. 3:45, nothing.
No woman should be awake at 3:45 a.m.
If you hear the
Knocked
newspaper, hit the door and you're still humping, you should probably just go to sleep.
If you are a female that's awake at 3:45 a.m., you're asking for trouble.
Just let it go, ladies. Let it go.
Get your ass to bed.
Yes.
Nothing good can happen to you. No, I need to be awake at 3:45. Something good's going to happen to me. No, nothing good can happen to you at 3:45 a.m.
All right, I'll make a note of that.
And so let me just make sure it's clear.
Okay.
For a woman, nothing good could happen to 3:45 a.m. And for a man, only bad things can happen. There's a difference there.
Yeah.
Okay?
Not good, and then
nothing
bad.
good can happen, and a lot of bad things can happen to you at 3:45 a.m.
Well,
I think everyone understands the clear difference there.
yes.
Yes.
And the bad things did happen to Sean Merriman.
If you're a woman, go to bed. If you're a man, you can stay up and stay out of trouble.
Yeah, choking people.
Don't do much.
Well, and he did
Play
not,
video games.
He did not heed your warning. Apparently, she called the police and told them that he had, quote, choked and physically restrained her when she tried to leave his home.
Well, that makes him a kidnapper.
Whatever.
That's a
right.
kidnapping charge. If you keep someone against their will, that's kidnapping.
Right. She made a citizen's arrest.
You can really make those things?
I guess you can.
Do you have to scream it loud or something?
I don't know.
Citizens arrest! Citizens arrest!
I declare a citizen's arrest. If anyone that can hear me.
Yeah, can somebody fill us in? Because I didn't even know that they still existed.
What?
Or it
I thought that was like
true.
a joke more than
I did
anything.
too.
What makes that official a citizen's arrest?
I don't know.
Yeah, why do we even have cops then?
What do you got to do?
Wow.
If everyone
We'd
can
be
arrest her.
arresting everybody, putting you under a citizen's arrest right
cuff me, Terry,
now.
cuff
Oh,
me.
I will.
Whoa, you already cuffed. What do you got to do?
I don't know.
All right, she made a citizen's arrest.
She made a
but no one knows what that means.
Right. And they took him to jail on suspicion of battery and false imprisonment.
And again, let's make sure everyone understands the bio, at least as far as I'm aware of, as far as Tequila is concerned. She got her fame by being the most prolific MySpacer in the history of the MySpace world. She had more friends than anyone and parlayed that into getting her own show on MTV, which included men and women.
Yes, because she's very bi.
Very open with her bisexuality.
Yes.
And she's a hot little Asian girl, right?
She is.
Hot in the right light.
I mean, I guess so, yeah.
In the right light, to the right people, she's hot.
Just screams STD to me. It's pretty bad.
Wow.
But, she had her own show and then it got canceled.
Is that because
Well, she had it twice, right?
Well, yeah, because it got canceled because she was so boring.
Is that a prejudicial statement towards Vietnamese people?
Right. Because all Vietnamese people have diseases, apparently.
I'm wondering. I'm glad you clarified that.
That was your idea.
I'm glad you clarified that. You're the one who said she reeks of having STDs.
What's easy? Nothing to do with where she's from.
Okay. Glad you made...
I didn't have to make it. You're the one that brought it up and said all Vietnamese people have diseases.
No, I wanted to make sure you weren't saying that.
Okay.
I said her. I said...
do you want the details or not?
Glad you made it clear.
I said Tila Tequila. I didn't say Vietnam.
Well, then why are you looking at her and seeing a woman who looks like she has a ton of STDs?
Because I watched her show and she's a total whore.
She is a total whore.
It could be that as well, then.
Yeah, so, when you're just laying down the whole time and, I mean, what else do you want? Anyway, his attorney released a statement saying, quote, during the evening, Miss Tequila was extremely intoxicated, inebriated, and Mr. Merriman did everything he could to assist her in arranging for transportation to leave his home.
Hey, hang on. A citizen's arrest is an arrest made by a person who's not acting as a sworn law enforcement official.
Okay, I'm going to lay down for you then.
I'm going to go out and arrest all of... I'm going to arrest all of Bellevue today, I guess.
All right? No joke.
I'm checking you
Isn't
for
that
drugs.
ridiculous?
A citizen's arrest is an arrest made by a person who is not acting as a sworn law enforcement official. So
Right,
apparently,
makes sense. I guess you
anyone
can do that.
can act as if they have a badge.
So how do policemen feel about that, though?
I would imagine they
don't even know.
don't appreciate it too much.
Anyway, going on.
I wouldn't think that anyone has the jurisdiction to make an arrest if they're not sworn in as a law enforcement official, but apparently...
So we can just place anybody under citizen's arrest?
Apparently, Sean Merriman didn't take it too seriously because he was...
Okay, you can cuff me. Sure.
In response to her making a citizen's arrest, he choked her out. So.
Well, that's her accusations, okay?
Yeah.
Again, at no time did Mr. Merriman assault her. At no time did Mr. Merriman keep her against her will. His intentions were nothing but good.
Who's saying this?
That's his attorney. Now, he says at the time...
What are you going to say? You got his dead to rights?
No, he says at the time I was concerned. I was concerned about her welfare given the intoxicated state she appeared to be in, and I encouraged her to stay until safe transportation.
All right, let me see if I understand this correctly. Tila Tequila is over Sean Merriman's place. Who the hell knows why? No one even knew they were interested in each other. No one even knew they knew each other.
I mean, it makes more sense.
Yeah,
to think
nobody
two
even
single
knew.
people who are kind of Hollywood.
Okay. Okay, so...
Not the weirdest thing in the world.
But you are hard-pressed to find a couple in the Hollywood world, even the pseudo-Hollywood world, that no one's aware of.
Right.
And yet here are two people that I had never seen even remotely suggested as a couple in Us Weekly or In Touch or any of the magazines or any of the TV magazine-type shows. I've never heard any reference made to Sean Merriman and Tila Tequila being a couple.
Right.
And yet, she was in his house on Friday night.
Intoxicated.
And she was drunk. And she wants to leave.
Weird.
And she wants to leave at 3:45 in the morning.
Right, because nothing good can happen at 3:45.
That is absolutely true. I don't know where you got that from, but it must have been a brilliant man who said that, Terry.
Yes, I believe it was.
He says you cannot leave.
Well,
he's saying that he's not letting her leave in an effort to be responsible
and get her
and keep people safe on the streets.
Well, he was waiting. Yeah, like you said, apparently he was trying to get arrangements to have transportation come and get her.
She's saying he wouldn't let her leave because he wanted the vag. She wasn't ready to or interested in giving it up at that moment, so he was keeping her captive.
Time out.
Like he was the dude from the Northern California area who locked the girl in a shed for 18 years.
Oh, yeah.
Doritos.
She has yet to come out and make a statement. And by the way, no charges have been officially filed against Merriman. Okay, so
I thought he was arrested.
He was arrested, but and he was put in jail, but he was released on $58,000 bond.
$58,000 in bail money?
Yeah.
Why $58,000? Why that number? Because that's his number on the football field?
Hell, I don't know.
I think it's 55 actually, but why 58,000?
That's just the number that there's.
How do they come up with that crap? What do you got on you?
Yeah,
All right,
$58 grand. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
how much in your checking account right now?
You might want to follow her on Twitter.
Probably more than that, I'm guessing.
Because she has a
She's
Twitter.
tweeting about it?
Yes.
She's got a Twitter?
This is what she wrote.
Anyone who's seen the show for even 15 minutes knew she had a Twitter. Terry.
Yeah, I know that. This is her quote from Twitter.
Ready for action.
I am allergic to alcohol. It has been publicly known for years. That is how I got the name Tila Tequila, because the irony. I can't drink. However...
So she's saying that anyone who says that he was trying to prevent her from driving drunk,
and that she was
that's
even
absurd
drunk.
Because she doesn't drink because she's allergic to alcohol.
Yeah, and that she wasn't even drunk.
And she was just trying to leave his place, and he was not ready to let her leave.
Right.
And he is coming out saying, no, she was drunk as a freaking skunk.
Yes.
And for me to let her leave would have not only been irresponsible of me as a host, but it would have been not showing her any regard because she was not capable of driving.
Right.
Not to mention that she would have put all fellow commuters that she would have been traveling near in jeopardy.
See, I heard she was allergic to tequila, not alcohol.
Right.
That's why she got the name Tila Tequila.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean she can't drink.
Right.
You could be allergic
That's what I heard, but who
Can you
knows?
be allergic to tequila but perfectly fine with all other alcohols?
The gross.
Yeah, different things, or different alcohol is made from different
sources.
Yeah.
So you can be allergic to tequila but perfectly fine with anything else.
That's the gross. Can't drink tequila, but drinks everything else.
Really?
Yes.
What happens when you drink tequila? His throat closes?
I've seen him drink tequila, but he's allergic to it. It's my favorite part. I order margaritas for him. Hotshot, you're in line for me, too. I'm buying. Okay. I thought you were allergic to
But I'm
tequila.
allergic. Anyway.
He drinks them, so I don't know what happens to him. Call him. He'll probably
A
talk about
police spokesman reportedly said that deputies did confirm that she had been drinking, but there aren't any further details. So,
what does your gut tell you? Two very
Hungry.
different accounts of what happened Friday night or Saturday night, whatever night it was, at Sean Merriman's place. Two very different accounts. If she's saying she wanted to go, she was capable of driving, he just kept her because he was frustrated. Guys get frustrated when they don't feel like they've gotten the right amount of sex or the right amount of what they were expecting from a certain girl that they invited over.
How about any?
And sometimes guys get a little crazy and don't let them leave. That's what she's saying happened.
Yes.
He's saying it was nothing sexual. I wasn't interested in keeping her because I wanted more sexually out of her. I was just trying to keep her and everyone else out of harm's way. What does your gut tell you as to which story is more accurate? I'll tell you what I think.
Oh, God.
So you don't really care when you ask a question. You don't really care.
Right,
I
you
really
really
don't.
don't.
You want to know.
I'm waiting for her answer.
I want to hear what you, because I think I'm going to be with you on this.
Well, I mean, and seeing her show and
think you've been
knowing
there
her a
before.
little bit, I think that, and granted, I don't know him very well. I don't know what he's, I know that he's kind of a little volatile. I understand that.
If you haven't noticed, all the mean hurry up, tell your story so I can tell mine.
Get to your point.
I think it's more him that he was actually trying to call and get transportation.
Okay, you write
now,
down.
mind you, I don't think that.
Write down.
I think he may have put his hands on her, which
Well, you can't have it both ways. It's probably one or the other. Write down
I think
what
he
you
was trying to stop her from walking out the door.
Write down what you think I'm going to say, Hotshot, and don't show me.
Okay.
Now, Terry, you're saying that he was actually looking out for her best interest, looking out for her welfare, and looking out for the welfare of all the commuters out there.
Well,
and it was not about a sexual frustration or a sexual unsatisfactory level that he was coming from, and feeling like, I had this bitch over, and that's all I get out of her.
I think they already
you're not
did
leaving
that.
so fast.
I think they already did that.
Well, that's
early on in the night.
That's because you're so gracious to women. You think all women are so skunky easy.
Well,
anyway,
she is. So.
Well, I'm not so sure she's such a skank as you, or she plays itself off. She knows how to get herself in a marketable fashion up on MTV or wherever she's going out. All right. It sounds like you got enough writing done there that you have it clear as to which way you think I'm going to go. My gut tells me...
How do you spell the?
My gut tells me, because I know how guys think, especially at 3:45 a.m., that he was not so damn interested in whether she lived or died or for his fellow commuter. I think he was keeping her against her will because he wanted more out of her, wanted more from the VJ, and he was not letting her leave so fast. And was doing exactly as she suggests and keeping her captive, whether he realized what he was doing was pseudo-kidnapping or not. You're not thinking in those terms. If I hold on to her wrist and don't let her go so fast, I'm a kidnapper. If I block her away from getting out the door, that makes me a kidnapper. You don't think like that when you're thinking at 3:45 in the morning, but by the letter of the law, I guess, that's what you're kind of doing when you're saying, hey, don't leave so fast. I'm not done with you. Come on.
Yeah, it's like imprisonment or something.
Mm-hmm. That's what he was doing.
False
I don't buy the statement of she was too drunk to let her leave. Guys don't give a crap whether a girl is leaving their house drunk or
Why
not.
don't you go full throttle around the corners? Do me a favor.
Now, is that what you had written or no?
I think that's what I have written, yes.
You think? You don't even know what you heard?
Just read.
It's clear cut. It's either one or the other.
But did they have sex?
I think they might have had sex, but maybe you wanted a lot more out of her.
Oh, okay.
I think
I'm not so sure they had sex. I don't think it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant as to whether they had sex. He wanted more. He was frustrated.
Right.
He wasn't ready to let her leave so fast, and she wanted to go. And he said, no, where do you think you're going?
Yeah.
Not so fast.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're kind of along the lines of the way I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Terry thinks that he was so worried that she was driving. No, you're too drunk. I don't care about, you give me another Hummer. I just want you to be safe.
Right.
Kidding me. He could care less if she crashed into a wall 1 block from his house.
No, my fault. I told her not to drive.
If he was satisfied, if he had had enough of her, if he was ready for her to leave, he could care less about her alcohol level, and he would just want her to get the hell out of there. He wasn't done with her. Yeah. And he doesn't realize guys don't think that way. You got to be thinking. There's a lot to think about in this legal world that we live in.
I know.
Don't leave. Come on.
You're thinking that all I want to do is all I want to do is just keep her around. She should appreciate that. You don't realize what you're doing is kidnapping.
Come on, just put the mask on with the red ball again.
You're shocked. You're shocked. You're shocked when some law enforcement official says, "Sir, do you realize what you just did here was kidnapping?" What?
Yeah.
That wasn't kidnapping. I just wanted her to stay. Yeah, but she wanted to go. She doesn't know what she wants.
She's a girl.
Exactly. So that's why he's in trouble.
I definitely see it like that.
Mm-hmm.
He did not want her to go for whatever reason.
Now, whether she's a little skank or not is also not necessarily relevant here. He wasn't done with her.
Okay.
I don't blame him. Never done with little hot skanks like that. Never. Where do you think you're going? You don't leave till I tell you to leave. How dare you leave before I say leave?
See, I'm always done with him.
I'm Sean Merriman.
No.
And I can't play because of my hammy.
Yeah, why can't he play? What does he
I don't know.
do?
He's got some leg injury. I don't think it's a hamstring.
Those roids will get you, man.
Wow.
At some point or another, they're going to get you.
Mm-hmm. But you're still sticking to your guns there, Terrence?
Yes.
All right. Wanted to make sure that she let enough time go by that she was clear-headed enough to drive safely.
I think it was one of those, I'm okay. And he's like, no, you're not.
No, you're not. I won't let you drive drunk. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
Yeah, he's a known humanitarian. He's a real philanthropist.
Wow.
God.
Well, you can text your thoughts at 97373, don't you know?
Terry's a butt.
That's 97373. Let me get a little quick assessment. I know I'm real late here from a listener or two. Carlos, what do you got?
How's it going, team?
How are you, Carlos?
Throw a little word in there. I think you might be off on this one, making Sean look like a bad guy, man. Tila's just she's a little skank, a little nasty. I would hit it.
See, I don't think it necessarily makes him look like a bad guy, because any guy is capable of this, and there are good guys and bad guys who are certainly at 3:45 in the morning who are like, don't leave yet, I'm not done, come on, I don't think he was thinking he was being a bad guy. His intent was not bad. But as it turns out, as the law reads, if she wants to go, you got to let her go. Even if you think what you're doing is almost playful. No, stay.
Maybe he met her at a club that night and was like, this will be the easiest thing ever. You're not leaving. You're easy.
So I'm not necessarily trying to paint him out to be a bad guy, but it turns out what he did. And as I said, when you hear it from a law enforcement official, sir, are you aware that what you did is kidnapping? What? Are you kidding me? But by the letter of the law, I guess it is.
You ever heard that?
Well, actually, I think what he was trying to do, is just keep her there a little longer and just use it as an excuse, just like you said.
Exactly, but that's kidnapping. If she wants to go and he wants to keep her there a little longer and she's saying, no, I want to go.
I think you should have just pulled the Chris Brown strut out of the head, and she would have been all right. Here's one.
Here's one.
You like that.
Awesome.
He wanted a fourth Hummer.
Really?
She's like, no, I'm done at 3. I'm so tired.
I can barely move my jaw. I gotta go.
I got lockjaw on you.
No, I want 4.
Wow, that would be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
He went over to Lofa Tatupu's house afterwards. She did.
Yeah.
She had another linebacker to go do.
But that makes him at fault. And that makes him vulnerable to charges. But I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I don't think this is going to be jail time because he kept tequila against her will.
No.
This is going to blow over, unlike the Chris Brown situation. This is going to blow over. He's not going to be sitting down with Larry King 6 months from now, not answering questions.
Are you a good dad, Sean?
Well, out of respect for Tila Tequila,
I can't.
I'm not going to answer these questions.
Cube 93's ATM is back.
Hold on, Mom. I gotta grab some money.
What is cracking tonight?
What?
Are you over 18?
Am I what?
It doesn't matter to me anyway.
Is this some to catch a predator kind of thing?
Your bank account has 0 funds.
Damn it!
Don't get hassled by your ATM.
Got money and we know it. Take it out of our ATM and show it.
Get a chance at $50,000.
This way.
Cube93.com.
That way.
Pick up a Kit Kat candy bar today.
Break me up a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Being Ready, a true story from Farmers Insurance. Sam Schlehuber, a farmer's agent.
The people I insure live around me. They're my friends. They're my family.
Greg, a farmer's client.
I really don't need to worry. He tells me all the information, all the options, and then he lets me decide.
It's important for Greg's family to be prepared for the unexpected.
Are you this ready? Get to know a farmer's agent today. For auto, home, business, or life insurance, visit farmers.com because ready feels good.
The game time food your family loves costs less at Walmart.
Every game day, I'm kind of like the party quarterback. I'm moving the snacks into position, pointing the kids into their seats, calling timeouts if I need to. So last week, they actually said, "Oh, this is awesome, Mom, thanks." I'm MVP of the family room.
Your game time favorites like TGI Fridays potato skins and Cheez-It crackers cost less all season long at Walmart. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Girls, want to be nearly world famous? Hooters is opening 2 new stores featuring casinos and an upscale bowling lounge, and they're looking for those nearly world famous